Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Rob, and this is the ROBCAST with the Rob Bombs. That's what this is. Okay. So I know you've been waiting for this. I've been telling you last week whenever we talked about burn the place down. Burn the place down. I hope some of you have been burning, and I hope some of you lit yourself on fire, and that you are burning so bright that people are coming around to see what the heck you are doing. So today we're going to be talking about fear. That's right, fear. That is a big, big deal. Fear is the great indicator. I got to tell you, there's sometimes right now, and I mean, many of you know that I have made some big changes in my life, and there's some fear there. There's some fear there, but as you're going to see, as we talk about, about our Robcast today and the Rob Bomb, that fear is good. That if you don't have fear, maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe you're comfortable. Maybe you're just not in the groove. So maybe fear is good. Let's find out. Let's dig a little bit deeper and find out. Sooner or later, you will experience fear when you start taking new actions at new levels. I'm taking a new action. Okay, I take it. Some of you already know, you've seen it on my Facebook. You've seen it all the way around that I have changed brokerage. Okay, after 13 years with the brokerage that I had, and again, it was time. I had a decade, with Century 21. I had a decade with Long and Foster, a decade now with over a decade with Keller Williams, and now it's time. Now it's time. But is there fear? Yes. Am I a little bit nervous? Absolutely. However, in fact, if you aren't nervous, if you don't have some fear and going to different levels, then you're probably not doing enough of the right things. Okay? Fear is actually a sign that you are doing what's needed to move in the right direction. So how many of you got fear? How many of you got a little bit of fear? How many are afraid to make a move, to make a bold move, to make a dynamic move? I hope some of you are really listening to this today. An absence of concerns signals that you are only doing what's comfortable for you. And that will only get you more of what you have right now. In other words, if you don't feel some fear, if you don't feel some anxiety, if you don't feel a little bit, and I know that we're not supposed to feel that. If you're a spiritual person, I get that, but sometimes, I can't help it. Sometimes if you don't have those concerns, if you don't have some of that fear, if you don't have some of that things that inside of you, that nervousness, then maybe you're just too comfortable, right? Maybe. In fact, the only thing that scares me is a complete lack of fear, because maybe I'm just so comfortable. See, what is fear anyway? Let's talk about that. Does it really exist? Is fear really real? I know it may feel real. Let's talk about that. When you are experiencing it, but admit it. Most of the time, what you fear doesn't even occur. Doesn't even occur. Am I going to lose my house? I thought that. When I was making this move, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? Yes, I'm going to. See, what does fear stand for? False evidence appearing real, false events appearing real. That's all that is. Most of the time, the fear is not really there. You must reframe your understanding. You must reframe your thinking. You must reframe your thoughts of fear and use it as a reason to move forward rather than an excuse to stop or retreat. That happens many times. That happens. Fear, will stop you in your tracks. Oh my gosh, I can't go any further. Oh my gosh, I'm too comfortable where I am. Come on over. Come on with me to the fear side. Come on with me a little bit. I'm not saying you want to create fear all the time, but I'm just saying you got to get uncomfortable. Chances are that when you were a child, let me just say this. Do you remember when you were a child? I can remember laying in the bed, hollering for my mom, hollering for, the people. My mom and my dad. How many times have you laid down hollering for your mom and dad? You're in the bed and the boogeyman is under the bed. The boogeyman is under the bed. So you call mom, you call dad, the boogeyman's in the closet. And they come and they look under the bed, they turn on the light, they look under the bed, they look at the closet, and there's no boogeyman. Then we became adults. Who's our boogeyman? Rejection? Is that a boogeyman? Failure? Is that a boogeyman? Uncertain? Is that a boogeyman? Unknown is a boogeyman. Is success a boogeyman? All I'm saying to you is that you don't have to fear failure. Guess what? We're all going to fail. I love the book by John Maxwell that says Failing Forward. Right? Read that book. Don't fear rejection. We've all been rejected. Have you gotten everything you wanted in life? Do you have children that you say no to, so you're rejected? That we've all been rejected. Don't let that bother you either. Fear of the unknown. Who knows what the unknown? Who knows the future, right? Fear of the future. I hear people say, I fear the future. Don't fear the future, man. Embrace it. Embrace it. We're going to make $1 million a year, everyone. You deserve your $1 million. You deserve your $1 million. Have you ever made $1 million a year? Do you even believe in your mind that it's possible? Many of you are doing in my class on Monday morning. Thank you for all of you being there. I hope you'll continue to come, because all I want to do is make sure that you get $1 million in your every single year for the rest of your life. And I'm not going to stop till we do that. Fear of requesting the client's business means that you must ask for the business right now and then keep asking and asking and asking. See, the 10X rule compels you to separate yourself from everyone else in the market. In other words, you got to do things that other people aren't willing to do. You got to do things that people refuse to do. And then you do it as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, right? So, but rather than seeing fear as a sign to run, embrace it. As most other people in the market will do, it must become your indicator to go. Go. Woo! Let's go. Faster, faster. You got to be urgent about this. Right? Grant says, I'm in the same boat here. I handled this dilemma myself by omitting time from the equation, since time is what drives fear. Listen to this. Time is what drives fear. The more time you devote to the object of your apprehension, the stronger it becomes. The more you give time to fear, the stronger it's going to become. So starve the fear of its favorite food by removing time from its menu. How you like that? Starve the fear of its favorite food by removing time from the menu. You see, nothing happens without action. Got to have action. Massive action. Not retreat, not normal action, not a do-nothing action, massive action. Fear doesn't just tell you what to do, it also tells you what or when to do it. Ask yourself, what time is it at any point in the day? And guess what? The time is now. What time is it? Now? Right now? See, the time is always now, and when you experience fear, it is a sign that the best time to take action is right now at this very moment. In this very moment. So take action right now. See, the scenario occurs in business every day. People give their fears much more time than they deserve. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with that word fear? What are you going to do with this thing? All the excuses in the world won't change one simple fact. You ready for the fact? That fear is a sign to do whatever it is you fear, and do it quickly. So whatever you fear, go do it. I've heard people say, I fear skydiving, and then they go get in a plane and they go skydiving. Just to break the fear. Just to break the fear. Taking massive action quickly and repeatedly will ensure that you appear fearless to everybody in the marketplace out here. The person who takes action on whatever he or she fears the most will be the person who advances his or her cause the most. Love that. Let the rest of the marketplace submit to anxiety and prepare unnecessarily for false events appearing real. You got a job to do. Go do it. Go do your job. Eat your fears. Eat them. Don't feed them by backing off or giving them time to grow. Wow. And the last thing that I'll say to you, and I hope that you're grabbing all of this, it does not take money or luck to create a great life. It requires the ability to move past your fears with speed and power and urgency. Fear, like fire, is not something from which you should pull away. Rather, it should be used to fuel the actions of your life. Don't fear. Don't fear. And when you do fear, face the fear and do it quickly. Some of you need to make some changes. Some of you need to make some different things. Some of you need to move. You've got some personal things going on in your life, and you know that you need a change in your life. Make that change and make it quickly. Let's go. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.